Hey everyone, and welcome to Robbie's Backstage Bants. Today I have a wonderful guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jonathan Rockefeller, and I'm the creator of Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, which is really exciting because it's going to make it to UK premiere this month. That is so exciting. Especially because it was literally just over in the US not that long ago. It's sort of been quite a fast process with bringing it
Well,
over.
I think that that's not the only reason why it's exciting. I mean, Winnie the Pooh was, of course, originally born in the UK, so
Yeah, it's coming home.
he's coming home. That's right. So I
Yeah.
think that and the original A.A. Milne books are so pivotal and culturally popular. It's wonderful to see him on the UK stage.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure there'll be lots and lots of families who are excited to come and see Winnie the Pooh and the younger generations who probably haven't grown up with Winnie the Pooh because Winnie the Pooh, he's been around for so long. Uh, and to introduce the new generations to these characters that everyone knows and loves.
Well, you know what's really interesting is when we launched in New York, which was over a year ago, it was really interesting to see all the older generations who were there without their kids as well.
Yeah,
So this is really a show genuinely for absolutely everybody. If you're a Winnie the Pooh fan, you will love this show.
absolutely. And I'm really excited. Now, my first question for you is actually about the show as a whole, and that is what inspired you to create this masterpiece?
I think we always love a bit of a challenge, but
Mm.
it is, of course, I think that Winnie the Pooh deserves to be on the stage. He's over 95 years old. He's never really been on the UK stage in this way before, especially Disney's Winnie the Pooh.
Mm.
And I think that it's wonderful to be introducing a new generation of families to the theater. And so I think everything that sort of combines with that. In terms of what inspired the show itself is
Yeah.
going back to all those films and TV series and everything that we've seen in Disney's Winnie the Pooh, the great Sherman Brothers songs, but also the books. There's such well-written books by A.M. on. And so what we basically did is a giant mixing honeypot, put everything in there and mixed it into a new adventure that everybody, if you know all the books, know all the stories, you're going to see something a little bit familiar, but new at the same time.
Oh, and that is so exciting. And for it to be coming again, as you say, to the UK, which is Winnie the Pooh is coming home, which is lovely. And I think everyone's really excited about that. Now, the second thing I was going to ask was, what was the creative process like? Because obviously you use puppetry within this, and that is such a fantastic idea. How did all this come about, and what was it like creating the looks and the feel of the puppets and things?
Yeah, I think when you're telling a story that is innately about stuffed toys coming to life, that obviously we need to see them come to life.
Yeah.
And so it became a very obvious choice that we needed to use puppetry.
Mm.
Um, but we needed to have the scalability of the puppets so you can have a wonderful experience and not just in the front row because Piglet's only this tall in real life.
Yeah.
Um, so we went through this whole process of design. Now, the Disney design of Winnie the Pooh has changed slightly movie to movie over the years, because he's been around for 60 years
He's
with
old.
Disney. He's looking very good for his age.
Mm.
But we're also inspired by the original E.H. Shepard illustrations as well. So we found a really nice tactile place in between that is incredibly familiar with Disney's Winnie the Pooh. But also, if you're a big bibliophile, that you will really, really enjoy that there's some nuances amongst that. And an example of this is Piglet. Piglet's body is actually green. It's not
Mm.
pink. Um, so it's a nod to the original books, while at the same time being very, very true to Disney's Winnie the Pooh at the same time.
Yeah, and the puppets look gorgeous. I mean, we've just seen the press footage from the other day when all the puppets went out, and that itself looks amazing. And if that doesn't excite people about the show, I don't know what will, because that was amazing to just see them wandering around in the woods like they would be.
Yeah, so when we actually designed the puppets as well, is our main goal was to make them be believable. So
Mm.
that when you saw Tigger, that he was moving and bouncing and he can leap 3 feet in the air. So it's really was making sure that they were not only just tactile, that you really just want to go out and give them a big hug, but
Yeah.
they also can move like the characters. So Pooh is little bit more stodgy and a little bit comical in his movements. Tigger is incredibly active, and the performer who does those things, there's a lot of energy expended during the performance, because they're not only singing and dancing, they're also carrying out a very large puppet while creating this in very intimate nuance of that character as well. So it's they're quite artists when they pull that together.
Absolutely. And I bet everyone's working really hard. Like the rehearsals have been going on. How many weeks have you been rehearsing now?
We've been rehearsing now. This is week, I want to say 3, maybe it's 4.
How's everyone getting on? How do you think it's shaping up?
I think this is a fantastic cast, and what I enjoy the most is hearing, the characters in an English accent, how they were
Yeah.
originally written. So I think everyone's really going to be excited to see and experience it. It's really genuinely as close as you can get to it in real life.
Which is amazing. And I for one cannot wait to see it. Obviously I've grown up with Winnie the Pooh. Some of these are from when I was tiny, 3, 2, I don't know. But I mean we've already touched on this, but how excited are you to bring this story to the UK after creating it over in the US?
Immensely. Launching it in New York and Chicago and touring around the United States was always a lot of fun. But bringing him back, and as you said earlier, to take the puppets across onto the 100 acre wood, play
Yeah.
Pooh Sticks with them. There's something really heartwarming about being back in his homeland, and I really hope that the audiences respond to it as well.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I really think it's going to be a huge success over here. I do. Um, Now, what can families, older generations, anyone expect from Winnie the Pooh in a musical setting?
Absolutely. So the great thing about Disney's Winnie the Pooh is sort of tangibly he can't be pulled apart from the Sherman Brothers songs.
No.
The Sherman Brothers songs, of course, we know them from Mary Poppins. We know them from lots and lots of Disney movies over the year. But the Winnie the Pooh theme song, the wonderful thing about Tiggers, they're those wonderful, fantastic songs that everybody associates with Winnie the Pooh.
Absolutely.
So we're very fortunate to pull those songs into this musical, but they're all being told in a unique and different way. So they're all being recontextualized. And you'll hear little bits of songs in the background music as well when we're going through the show. So if you're a big fan, you'll get lots and lots of nuggets all the way through. But if you're not, you'll just be enjoying the songs. And that's
Yeah.
a fun thing to do. Amongst it, there's also some originals worded by A. A. Milne. So in the books, Pooh makes his own songs or hums, and it's really wonderful to put them to new music and
Mm.
hear the original text put to that as well. So they're the songs that we're going to be seeing in the show, and so it's a really a Pooh. I guess you could almost call it a Poohsicle, you know?
Oh, why didn't we brand it like this?
Oh well, there we go.
Winnie the Pooh is not the only show that you've created. Would you like to touch a little bit on what you've done in the past?
Sure. So, a couple of the other shows that we work on, we really work on things that resonate with lots of generations.
Yeah.
Very Hungry Caterpillar is another one of our favorites. Is the first show that we created.
Wow.
It is a beautiful show told with Eric Carl's phenomenal artwork in puppetry form. We also have Paddington Bear, so another great British bear.
Oh,
Um, and Sesame Street the Musical is a show that we have in the United States as well.
you're just creating my childhood in musicals now. It's like as if my childhood wasn't already musicals. You've just gone, okay, here's some more.
Exactly.
A question you asked me earlier, I'm now going to throw back at you. Who's your favorite Winnie the Pooh character?
You know what? I have to go to Winnie the Pooh. I just like the simple view that he has on life. How every day is a new day. He's always exploring things around him.
Yeah.
And how genuinely he's surrounded by a bunch of very unique and different people or friends. And I think that is really telling to his character.
I think we can all learn a lot from Winnie the Pooh. I think
I
he's
think
just,
I genuinely do. I mean, I think that a lot of people say, well, I've got my character. It's either I'm Eeyore or I like Piglet or so on and so on. And I think that that's something says something for the characters to begin with, that so many people can have an affinity to
yeah,
one particular character. But on a whole, they're all, this amazing myriad of characters that make up a really good collection that, a little bit of Tigger goes a long way, but at the same time, Eeyore is hilariously funny without even
yes.
thinking that he is. And so I think that's the joy of the shows as well.
Yeah, and it's just everyone can relate to someone, and that's what I love about the characters, and I think that's what everyone's going to love about the show too, because it's something for everybody, as you said earlier. Everyone can come along to it, and that's what's
I,
exciting.
I think it's not only that. I think that also it's good to come to the theater to just experience joy. There's no big baddies in this show unless you count the heffalumps. But there's nothing. The stakes are not enormously high. It's just a show full of joy and love.
Yeah, and that's all it needs to be, and I think that's what keeps it nice, and it doesn't stray far from what everyone's used to with Winnie the Pooh, which is also exciting. Now, it's not just doing a run at the Riverside, it's also going on a full tour, which is also really exciting. So it's visiting, I mean, it's coming near me twice, so it's going pretty far around the UK.
Yep.
So everyone can get a chance to see it. And I mean, that's great. That makes it more accessible for people.
Well, we're really proud. I mean, there's nothing worse than seeing that there's a fantastic show that you all want to go and see, and it's only in London. So we're really excited to be taking it all around the country, and let everybody experience the 100 Acre Wood.
Yeah, which is, again, it's beautiful. And I will definitely attempt to see it more than once. We know that I say this, and then when I get carried away, I go and see it like 10 times, and that's a problem. But, it's stuff like this. Beautiful stuff. Now, the question I was thinking was, if you could turn any other animated film or series into a musical, not ones that you've done, but a new one, what would you choose and why?
That's a really good question. But if we're talking about animated series, I'd probably say, or a comic strip, I'd probably say Calvin and Hobbes and Tintin. They're two of my favorite.
Yes. Yes. Right, let's get to work then. I mean, yeah, everyone's so excited. Now, the real stuff is the information and how people can get tickets. Now, you can head to the website, which is winniethepoohshow.co.uk. You can get tickets from there, or I'm assuming you can head to the Riverside website too for tickets.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if you around the tour, is all the tour dates are available on the website. So winniethepoohshow.co.uk will direct you to your closest place where Winnie the Pooh is.
Which is, again, I can't wait. I mean, I need a picture of Winnie the Pooh at some point in life. This is my goal in life. So, if you know anyone, I'll go and find him. Again, it's just an exciting time to bring a musical like this to the UK, tour it for everyone to see, and just have a bit of simplicity and niceness.
Yeah, I think we can all do with a little bit more Winnie the Pooh in our lives.
Absolutely. And that's a statement no one can disagree with. But no, aside from that, I just want to thank you so much for joining me today, because it's been lovely chatting about the show, and I'm really excited, and I'm sure everyone else at home is really excited too. Again, if you want tickets, head to winniethepoohshow.co.uk. I'll link that all in the description. That's for the tour and the West End run. All the information will be there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to me, because then I can bring you more things like this. And I'm sure there'll be more Winnie the Pooh content, because I am obsessed. Now, yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
My pleasure. Thanks so much, Robbie.
Thank you so much. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.